up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring, that's nothing. Pull up in your town when you.
The Houston Texans got here a few days ago, Wes, but the preseason opener is now here. It's time for Final Thoughts. All right, Wes, what's at stake?
Mike, who doesn't love a good first impression, right?
That's right.
But the big thing is, as good as that first impression can be, you have to carry it out on the football field. You think of guys like Montravius Adams and Oren Burks, defenders that look like they've taken that next jump that you want to see to become starters in this defense. We've seen it in practices and team periods and one-on-one drills. But realistically, it's about what you can do against another opponent. I anticipate both of those guys will be playing a lot in this game and getting a chance to really show that, they've made that jump the Packers wanted to see.
Yeah, and I say what's at stake is just the operation in this first game for Matt LaFleur and his new offense. He's talked several times in his post-practice press conferences not being happy with the pace of things, of getting in and out of the huddle and all those kinds of things. Well, okay, crank up the intensity a little bit, get the energy and the urgency that you want. You've got the play clock running. You've got to get this operation going and get it smoothed out, and that's what the Packers want to see on Thursday night. Weston, who's your guy and why?
The muscle man, Danny Vitale. He's kind
right.
of taken the world by storm here for the first 3 weeks of training camp. First off, Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, Trey Carson, all out with injuries right now. Vitale, who was originally competing for a spot at fullback, is now kind of become the #1 de facto back here, and he's looked really good in that spot. He's made some nice catches, seems to have a rapport built up with Aaron Rodgers. The former Northwestern superback had a really unique skill set coming in the league. He did make himself into a fullback, but at the end of the day, he's always been a little bit more athlete. Be cool to see if he could actually do some of that against the Texans and show that he is that player the Packers think he can be.
Yeah, all right. And my guy in this game is a young offensive lineman by the name of Alex Light. He wears number 70. Wes, the Packers are looking for who's going to be that backup offensive tackle to Brian Bulaga, to David Bakhtiari, and Jason Spriggs, the former second-round pick, was just waived injured earlier this week. Alex Light has been the fill-in guy. He's been taking reps with the ones when those starters have needed a little bit of a break. This is a big opportunity for him to solidify what the coaches believe in. Wes, we always call this final segment Packers Win If, but in the preseason, it's not really about the wins and losses or what's necessarily on the scoreboard. It's about what constitutes a victory for the team in this type of setting. And I think in this preseason opener for the Packers, it's about the play of the backup quarterbacks. DeShone Kizer, Tim Boyle, Manny Wilkins. We're going to see plenty of them on Thursday night. And Matt LaFleur talked after practice this week about wanting those backup quarterbacks to play decisively, that indecisiveness equals inefficiency. And the Packers want to see full speed. If you make a mistake, learn from it. Just keep charging ahead, be decisive, and play that way. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, and in that same vein, Mike, I think the Packers win if the receivers go and ball out for some of these quarterbacks.
Why not?
Last summer, this is how Jake Kumaro really solidified himself. He's not only a guy that was going to make the roster, but potentially could make some plays for them. And I look at this year's receiving corps behind Devontae Adams. It's such a wide open race right now.
No doubt.
So Marquez Valdez-Scantling, can he make a big play? Can Geronimo Allison generate some big opportunities from the slot? And can any of these other young receivers on this team start to show that, I can make this team and I can make an impact? That's what I'm looking for, Mike. The next Jake Kumaro.
All right, well, with that, we will sign off on our first edition of Final Thoughts for 2019. But be sure to stay tuned to Packers.com and all of your social media channels for the game coverage, the post-game coverage, Packers and Texans, Thursday night, 7 p.m. at Lambeau Field. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the ball game.
I just love my team. Yeah, that's the team with them big G's on the helmet.